Hello everybody, Benjamin Magnus here, and it is time for our July channel update. First thing, we're going to cover current series. I just finished, well, a few days ago at least, I finished my Hearts of Iron 4 Romania series, and boy, was it complete and total bullshit at the end there. That was a really... that's kind of like all Hearts of Iron 4 series, I feel, is just, you get to a point where, like, wonky game mechanics, bugs, or just, you know, fucked up shit with the game. Like there's a lot of mechanics in the game that kind of interfere with each other and screw things up that aren't necessarily bugs, but aren't really working as intended either. You just get to that point in Hearts of Iron 4 where everything is just all fucked up and you're like, okay, well, I guess we're done, and we're done with Hearts of Iron 4. But I do plan on running a Kaiserreich playthrough in the near future. I gotta download that still and give it a bit of a once-over before I can really delve into it and start recording, but that is in the near future. Hearts of Iron 3 with Bundeswehr Bob is still going strong. I believe we have up to episode like 35 recorded, and we're still doing good, so that's gonna continue going for the near future. Also been running Europa Universalis 4 multiplayer with Bob, Aldra, not Midge, because he couldn't make it because he had a show he had to do. Roach is there, Nems is there. Me, Bob, Nems, Roach, Aldra, Mordred. I think that's everybody. I'm pretty sure that's everybody. That's still going strong. It was just a goddamn salt factory for me for a while there because Magnus Luck was in full goddamn swing. You know, between rolling, I think it was I had a 000 leader, a 110 leader, a 0011 leader, and then I had like 50 or 60 years of just like no monarch points. It was really salty. I fell really far behind, but where we left off, I was starting to pick things back up, trying to get back up to pace with the rest of the world. But there is going to be a small gap in that series. I think it's going to be about half a week, something like 4 days, because Mordred, I believe it was, is going to be gone. So we were a few days ahead, but then we had to skip a week. So now we're going to be like 3 or 4 days behind. But it's just going to be a few days off, and then we'll come back. Things that have been discussed in the future, other than Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, has been a large-scale CK2 game. So that would have been the group we got going right now. Me, Bob, Aldra, Mordred, Nems, Roach, and possibly Midge. 7 people playing CK2. I think that is going to be absolutely ripe with salt if we run that. And I really, really hope we do. But something else on the burner is... what the hell was it called? Supreme Ruler. Ultimate Ruler? Ultimate Supreme Ruler Ultimate... Supreme Ruler Ultimate Edition? Yeah, Supreme Ruler Ultimate. Bob turned me onto that game. I picked it up on the Steam sale for pretty cheap, or was it before the Steam sale? It doesn't matter. But it's a very good game, kind of like Hearts of Iron 3, grand strategy definitely, and I'm terrible at it. But I'm thinking that me and Bob might do a series on that in the future. But again, we have to wait for other multiplayer stuff to fall off before we delve into anything else. Community streams are still on hold. I know I've had a lot of people asking me when those are going to come back, but right now I'm kind of enjoying doing solo streams so I can kind of focus on the audience a little bit more and interact with them, talk with them, read chat, and all that good stuff. I've been having a blast playing RimWorld on stream every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're interested in watching. It's also all uploaded onto the channel in those big 4-hour-long chunks if you want to just marathon the whole thing in, you know, a couple of goes. But I've been really enjoying that, and I think what I'm going to do is maybe wait for the next EU4 DLC to hit, because this last one really fucked things up. Ming is just a cluster, just like fucks up half the planet, and really makes, you know, everything outside of Europe a little less fun than it already was. Like the New World is not terribly fun because of some game mechanics, and now the East isn't very fun because of some terrible game mechanics. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, before Ming was really dynamic, whenever you started a game, there was a very good chance, well, there was basically equal chances of a couple things happening. Ming staying strong, but then slowly declining basically as the rest of the world outpaced them, and you get this situation where Ming was really strong and really large, but like outpaced technologically and economically, and well, they were still like they stayed the same. Everyone just kind of like went up past them, where they would just explode. The Ming explosion is what it was called. That's what we called it, at least. It just exploded into a whole bunch of different city-states, and you just like clusterfuck of civil war. Or there was like a mild Ming explosion where a few states would splinter off and weaken Ming, but allow some other people to kind of get in there and try to gobble them up. So it was this like dynamic thing that happened. But now Ming just start strong, stays strong, and gets stronger. The largest military power in the world, the largest economic power in the world. And it's not dynamic, it's not fun. The tributary system doesn't work very well because you don't, like, you can make anybody your tributary as long as you're more powerful than them and you have, like, the slightest bit of relations. Like, you could be in Europe and tell people in the New World that they're going to be your tributes, and they'll be like, yeah, that sounds good. And the AI is still a little bit broken. It does this, it likes to declare suicidal wars on tributaries. Like, it'll attack a tributary state of Ming, not realizing that Ming would come into it, and then just get trounced. And that whole side of the planet is now less fun to play in, and that's kind of why I don't want to run community events until that's kind of fixed, or until they fix CK2's societies, which are still stupidly fucking broken months and months and months later. I am very salty about that. I wanted to give a little shout out and thanks to this last month's new patrons. That's Pericles Spanos, let's see, Hayate, Joshua Holland, Kevin Jackie, Bro Beans. Oh, show more. Let's pop open this list. I know there's more. Show more again, because that's a double up. Elia Meyer, Dreadwolf edited his pledge. Adam Finney, Clinton Vanderburg. Thank you guys very much. Those are the new Patreons, or the people who have upped them for the month. Thank you guys very, very much. I really appreciate it. As it sits right now, we are at, let me just navigate to the correct page here on my other monitor, 109 Patreons, and we're at $638. The next goal is 750. That's where I'm going to start doing a DM, hopefully once a week. Depends on the situation. It'll probably turn into kind of like more of a bi-monthly, like twice a month kind of thing, depending on schedules, where I'm going to DM for the patrons, anybody who donates. I believe, let me see, what did I put it at? I think it was $8 or more. Yep, the Hastati rake, which is $8 or more. So if you're interested in that, consider dropping a donation on Patreon. And that kind of brings me to the next thing, which is my Dungeons & Dragons game that I'm DMing for the guys right now. We just had a bit of a rough episode. I know a couple viewers on Midge's End were a little unhappy with the way it ended. Most of the players were happy. Some of them were a little bit unhappy with things, but I mean, you can't please everyone every moment, every time. But we talked about it afterwards, and right now we have, I think it's a 3-week hiatus, I believe. 2 players are gone for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be in New Orleans for the 3rd Monday, and then we'll be back after that. So I believe the 31st of the month is going to be the next time we play D&D, in case anybody's interested, which I'm bummed out about because I could always play more D&D. I really love the game. But what are you going to do? You know, it's the perils of trying to get multiple adults together at the exact same time every single week. You run into some difficulties, but the game's going to continue, and what we're going to be doing in probably late August is we're going to be playing Starfinder, which is the kind of like a new edition of Pathfinder. It's basically Pathfinder in space, and Roach is going to DM that, and I believe we're going to have 4 players. I think NGP and Bob might sit that one out, but we'll see how it works out. Last thing I want to talk about, I think it's the last thing. 99% of the time I make one of these videos, I think I'm done. I stop recording, and then I think of one more thing I wanted to say, but whatever. Starship Theory is a game I just started playing yesterday, so there's 2 episodes up right now. I recorded 1 episode, and then a 2nd episode where I died. And I just wanted to say right now that the game is completely unforgiving. Completely unforgiving. It's really easy to just wipe in the first 20 or 30 minutes. It's really, really easy for just luck to go really against you. Like yesterday night I was playing off screen. I had a good 2-hour run going. And then an asteroid comes down the screen, hits my ship. It knocked out every single solar array I had. It knocked out power down through the whole ship. And then a bunch of other asteroids, because I couldn't defend myself, just slammed the ship, blasted part of the hull off, everybody got vented out into space, and, 2-3 hours of gameplay was gone in 20 seconds. It's really unforgiving. So I'm thinking instead of just showing you guys me being successful when I record it, I think what I'm going to do is just show you everything, which is going to be lots of failure. But there's a problem. They just patched the game, and they fucking broke it. Last night, they put out a 1 megabit patch, and it broke the traders. And the traders are kind of one of the only ways to, because the game's so unforgiving, early traders are really, really important. If you buy food, it means you can put off doing some research stuff for a while. If you buy metal, you can get some stuff built quicker. So it's really important early game to have those traders, and they broke the traders. So the traders, so like your ship's flying along, and the trader ship zooms in, and then nothing happened. No UI element pops up that lets you know that there's a trader there, and there's no way to force it open, so there's no way to trade with the people. And the same thing happens if pirates show up. If a pirate ship shows up, a lot of times they'll zoom in and say, hey, give me 70 space ducats or I'll open fire. And you'll just be like, okay, here's your money. I don't want to fight you. But the dialogue box doesn't pop up. So now every single time an enemy shows up, whether they be hostile right away or ask for a bribe, there's no way to interact with them. So you just have to fight them. And I've honestly never gotten to the point in this game yet where I was able to fight an enemy. One time I built one laser, but one laser isn't powerful enough to do enough damage to an enemy ship to knock them out, because normally the enemy ships are really small, so you shoot them, and then they repair whatever you hit, you shoot again, they repair, you shoot again, they repair, you shoot again, they repair, and it's just this cycle of you just shooting, and you shoot them, and they repair, they shoot you, and you repair, and you guys just do this for a little while until one of the ships leaves. And that's it. So unfortunately, with only 2 episodes up, Starship Theory is going to have to go on a hiatus until they fix that. Now, it seems like the forums and the Steam forums and their Reddit page are kind of alive with this. Hey, guys, you just broke the traders and the pirates and whatnot. The dialogue box is broken. So hopefully they'll fix that really soon. But until they do, I can't put out any videos because the game's effectively broken right now. I remembered. I almost ended the video, and then I remembered what I wanted to talk about. I updated my YouTube banner today to include my new Salt Lord imagery, which I'm pretty happy about. And I've been trying to get the final touches finished on my merch shop, and I'm running into a lot of trouble. I'm on Spreadshirt right now, and they changed relatively recently how they do some things, so I had to relearn a couple concepts on working with Spreadshirt. But now I'm running into the problem that whenever I upload an image to use on a piece of merchandise, a shirt or something like that, it throws me an error when I tried to save it. It just says, well, actually, I've got it up right now. Let me see exactly what it says here. So Spreadshirt, I got it up. Create. An error occurred while creating your product on the server. Please try again later. And I've been trying this all day. I got one shirt done, and it's Benjamin Zukov, and it says, keep calm and execute order number 227. So I've got that on a couple shirts, but I've got me sitting on my salt throne, and it says salt for the salt god across the chest, like curved, like in a semicircle above the image. And I got a really cool, my artist to make me, it's a D20 with a 0 on it. I'm going to put Magnus Luck over it, and I've got all these cool art designs for my artist, and I'm trying to get them set in Spreadshirt, but the website keeps throwing me errors, and I can't get anything set. So, and I don't want to put the merch shop up partially done, so I either got to figure out what's going on here or just move to a different service, which I would hate to do because I've devoted a lot of time to try to get this fucking thing to work. But the merch shop is just like in limbo until I get this figured out. But there is some stuff in the works for that. So merch shop, was there something else? I feel like there was one other thing. Starship Theory, merch shop, D&D, future series, current series. Oh god, I'm forgetting something. I know I'm forgetting something. I'm 100% positive I'm forgetting something right now. Streaming, Patreon, oh yeah, I was gonna do another like featured playlist of the month. Because I'm playing Hearts of Iron 3 right now, I'm having a lot of people say, hey Ben, you should try this series out as Germany. And all I can think of is, I already did! I have to tell a couple, probably 15, 20 people this, is that I've already played Black Ice's Germany, nearly 100 episodes of it, and I'm going to put a link to that in the description below, along with Patreon and other stuff like that. So, I'm going to leave it here because I'm getting a little rambly, and I don't feel like we're going to make any more progress. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.